This is In Case You Missed It, your national agriculture news recap for the week ending March 20th, 2026. While buyers are still willing to pay a premium for productive farmland, Saskatchewan realtors say demand for mediocre land has softened. The price for good land in good areas is still going up, said realtor Tim Hammond. Average land in average areas is struggling. Farm Credit Canada will release its annual farmland value report next week. Last year, land values grew by 9.3% across Canada and more than 13% in Saskatchewan. A comparable situation is playing out in the US, where buyers are driving up the price for productive land and demand is weak for less fertile land. Buyers are getting pickier, said Colton Lachina of American real estate firm Farmers National Company. Buyers are carefully assessing things like soil quality, water access, and percentage of tillable acres. Agri-Food Canada's department plan for 2026 to 27 has shone more light on planned job cuts. Its bid to cut spending is expected to involve cutting 665 positions by the year of 2028 to 29. Almost 500 of those jobs will be in the department's Science and Innovation branch, according to estimates from the Agriculture Union, which represents AgCanada employees. Milton Dick is national president of the Agriculture Union. He said science and technology is the biggest group of employees in Agri-Food Canada. Therefore, if the government wants to cut costs, it must reduce that department. Most of the affected people will likely be support staff. However, Dick said that still means less science will be done, as these people do a lot of lab and technical work. Of the expected $650 million to be cut from Agriculture Canada's budget in the next few years, about $265 million is expected to come from international and domestic marketing of Canadian agriculture and agri-food products. However, a department spokesperson said savings can be attributed to decreases in programs like the Wine Sector Support Program, Youth Employment and Skills Program, and Local Food Infrastructure Program. Dairy Farmers of Canada is looking to the federal government to hold the line during the upcoming CUSMA trade deal review. That means giving no more market access to the US. Canadian dairy has given up 18% of the domestic market to several trade agreements, said David Weens, president of Dairy Farmers of Canada. Still, dairy keeps coming up in trade discussions. Canada's supply-managed dairy system continues to be a sore point for the American government. That country's dairy industry is allowed a tariff rate quota, which manages how much it can import to Canada. How that quota is administered has been the subject of 2 tribunal appeals. Weens suggested that most of the industry on both sides of the border is happy with the status quo. He added that the federal government has supported the idea that there will be no further concessions added. Imports of U.S. dairy products in 2024 totaled $877 million. In case you missed these and other stories from across the Glacier Farm Media Network, visit agcanada.com or download the AgCanada app.